Hi, I am Reverend Dr. Angela Raven Anderson, and I am here with my ministry partner and co-leader of the social justice ministry, Reverend Don Odom Jr. We would like to extend our deepest condolences and sympathy to the families and the community there in Buffalo, New York, who now find themselves in the throes of dealing with the aftermath of the horrific events of this past weekend. We want to extend our prayers for God's love and God's comfort and God's presence to be real with you right now. And so, on behalf of the entirety of our ministry, of our church family, Wheeler Avenue Baptist Church, which is under the leadership of Dr. Marcus D. Cosby, and the entire congregation and the Wheeler Wherever family, just know that we love you and our hearts are heavy and we are grieving with you.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Angela, for that. You know, throughout the fight for social justice, there have been tragedies that have been painful and traumatic. You think of Emmett Till, you think of the Birmingham church bombing where 4 little girls were killed, and the way God can use something to what was meant for harm and turn it for good. Those were instances that galvanized the civil rights movement. And so perhaps we can take a page from our ancestors and use this tragedy to motivate us into action, to speak out. As Christians, all of us should value the lives of each individual. And these were lives that were taken, lives that were in progress. So as a social justice ministry, we look for the root causes, try to address them and get into action. So it's an invitation, if you have not been a part of this ministry or you're a member of this church, and you want to speak out, join us as we advocate for voting, for legislation. We want to push for legislation that holds the people that have the platforms and the hate speech that motivate people to drive and commit these atrocities. But we want to make sure that we do it from a Christian perspective. We are a ministry that puts God at the center of everything that we do. And God says the battle is his, it's not ours, but it is our role to stand up, to speak out, to speak up, and to speak often, as our pastor likes to say. So it wasn't just the people in Buffalo. All of us are traumatized because it could have been any one of our family members. So we have to address the systemic hate that's been allowed to flourish in the last several years. And what we can do is get out and vote and become active. So stay prayerful and join us as we fight for social justice.
And I want to just leave us with the words of Dr. King as he addressed these type of issues, and as we are continuing to take up this work and for justice, for racial harmony and equity. Let us always remember that when we struggle, that the weapons that we use in our struggle are Christian methods and Christian weapons. And he encouraged us all to press on for justice, but be sure to move with dignity and discipline, using only the weapon of love. And again, to these families, we extend our deepest love, our sincerest prayers. And as the scriptures say, we are crying and grieving with you, and we are standing with you in prayer. Know that you are loved. Thank you.